Hi everybody, welcome back to Bearded Reef. My name's Ross. In this video I'm going to be answering the question, does Flux Rx actually work? Okay, hi everybody, welcome back to Bearded Reef. My name's Ross. For those of you who haven't seen me before, welcome to the channel. On this channel I kind of document all my journey through my very first reef tank, which is a water box producing a mini 15 gallon. I've had some ups and downs, so recently in the past few videos you might have seen that I've had a big hair algae outbreak. So thanks to you guys in the comments, a lot of you suggested that I tried this Flux Rx. Now this is from Blue Life USA, so I got some of this from Kraken Corals, decided to go and give it a try. Long and short of it is, does it work? Well, we'll show you the results in a minute. But I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody for all the help and advice that you guys have gave me. That's the great thing about this hobby, you know, everybody offers help, advice. It's one of those things that you will have issues, there's no doubt about that, you will have issues. But everybody's here to help and everybody's going to get along. So yeah, that's where we're at. Now, just a quick thing before we start, I do want to say two things. Massive thank you to everybody who has subscribed. If you haven't already subscribed, if you could consider subscribing to the channel, it would mean a massive amount to me. Second thing is, I'm actually trying out some new microphones this week, so the audio might be slightly different. Apologies if it ends up terrible. I'm hoping that it's going to be a bit better this week, but we'll try it out and see. So fingers crossed the audio is going to be better for you guys. I know it's been a bit kind of tinny recently, so touch wood, that'll be better. So that's the two things out of the way. Yeah, so going on to this now. Probably about 3 weeks ago I really noticed some really bad hair algae. I'll put some clips in here to show you guys exactly how bad it was, but it was terrible, really, really bad. So I posted up a video showing that, just showing off the hair algae that I had. I think the main kind of issue to this was something that Paul from Fish Palace had kind of highlighted to me, that, you know, I run a very blue spectrum on my tank, so it's one of those things that you don't really tend to notice a lot of things. The blue hides a lot of it. So with having the blue in the tank, you know, I didn't really notice the hair algae creeping in on me. It happened over a period of time and then all of a sudden it took cold and that was it. So I looked under white lights and it was terrible. So fast forward a week from that, I had all the advice, so I went and got this Flux Rx here. Like I said, dosed some of that. Now this is the smaller box that I got. So this treats up to 100 gallons, this little box. So it actually gives you instructions on the back of how much to dose and so on. So for a 10 gallon tank you only need 2 of the little scoops. Now these scoops are tiny that's inside here. I'll actually just open it and show you them. But I wouldn't be disappointed with the size of this box, because like I say, it comes, that's the little tub that you get here, and these are the little spoons. So if you see that next to my finger, that's the actual spoon there. So you only need 2 of them to treat 10 gallons. 15 gallon tank that I've got here, so I use 3 spoons, put that in. That was exactly 2 weeks ago from today. So I done that and dosed that. Then I done a video last week, and a lot of you guys may have noticed that it had cleared up quite a bit, so I was really happy with that. Now I also did put in an urchin that I got from Nessie's Lair, so thanks to Nessie's Lair for getting the urchin in. They do have other urchins in stock if you want them, and don't forget that Nessie's Lair now do sponsor the channel, so if you go to Nessie's Lair, either online or in person, you can go to the website, which I'll put here, somewhere, here, and if you go to Nessie's Lair's website, you can use the code BeardedReef10, get 10% off your order. You can also use that in store as well, so if you're going in to visit them, you can still use the same code. So massive thank you to Nessie's Lair for that. Most of the stock and coral in my tank comes from Nessie's Lair, so can highly recommend them. Anyway, yeah, so like I said, I put the urchin in there from Nessie's Lair, and it has done a fantastic job. You can actually see white strips in the tank where it's cleaned the rock back to almost perfect again. So if you do have any kind of algae, it doesn't have to be long hair algae or so on, it can be anything. Give Nessie's Lair a shout and they will sort that out for you. Get the urchin in and it will make a massive difference. So I also put in the Arrowhead Crab that you've seen in my previous video. A lot of you guys commented saying it looked like a spider, which to be fair, it really does look like a spider. Quite a cool thing to see wandering around the tank. You'll see it in a clip that I put in a minute. I'll just show you exactly what it's like, but it has been eating a lot of the algae as well. I know a lot of people say they're predators, they're going to eat your corals and so on. Touch wood, they've been okay with mine. Fingers crossed it will be okay continuing on, but yeah, it has ate quite a lot of the algae, so I'm really, really happy with that. And the Flux Rx has worked an absolute dream. So like I say, that's 2 weeks that we've been at it now. Before we go and show you the tank, I just want to go over my parameters a bit with you. So basically when I first started noticing the algae, I tested the water, but the parameters are going to be all over the place. Your algae is consuming nutrients. I'm not too scientifically minded, so I don't know behind the scenes. I think the phosphate is going to be a roughly accurate reading. I don't believe the phosphate's masked by the green hair algae. I think it's your nitrate that the issue is. So, you know, you could be reading a nitrate value of, I don't know, 3 for example. Your nitrates are probably going to be a lot higher than that, but because the algae is absorbing it all, you're not getting a true reading. So I've done my past 2 results. Last week I'd done 2 tests on the phosphate and nitrate just to see what it was like. Obviously that's kind of halfway through the treatment. So last week my nitrate was reading 5.7 and my phosphate was 0.06. Now I was actually really happy with those figures, but I wasn't 100% confident that they were accurate. So fast forward to this week, I've actually just done a test before I filmed this video, so I'll put a little clip in here to show you that and the results that I got. Okay, so this is the 2 test kits that I use here. It's the HANA checkers that I've got. So the first one's the 1782, which is the high range nitrate, and this is the 1782-25, which is the reagents. I'd highly recommend getting some of these while you can. They're quite hard to find, so if you can pick up some, I would. I use the ultra low range phosphate checker, which is the parts per million one, which is the HI 774, and that's the reagents for them as well. So yeah, definitely pick up some of them if you can, at least you've got them then. Okay, so this is the high range nitrate checker test, sorry. So we're counting down, it does count down quite a bit, so I've just jumped to the end of this rather than waiting the full 7 minutes for it to count down. A lot quicker, but it shows the result here anyway. So result for mines is 3.2. That is slightly lower than I would like, to be honest, so we will bring that back up again. It's not the end of the world, it's still okay, but it's lower than I'd like. So phosphate one, yet again, I've jumped that, so it's counting down just now. I didn't really think there was any point in me putting in the whole countdown process because it's literally quite boring. Anyway, phosphate reading for me on this one is 0.03. Now that's what people say is the perfect phosphate level. Obviously it's just put stability more than chasing numbers, but that's what I've got with this one anyway. So yeah, quite happy with that one. Bring the nitrate up and it should be good. Okay, so moving on to alkalinity. Just put this one in here. Quite a very quick test, you just press the button. It'll do a couple of seconds and it'll give you the result. So 8.1 for me, that's about right. I'm usually about anywhere between 7.9 and 8.1, and that's with the Tropic Marin Pro Reef Salt. I don't dose anything to the tank, that is just what it sits at. Mainly softies and some LPS, so it's not got too much of a draw on it. I don't have any SPS in the tank. Okay, so that was the results from that test. As you can see, nitrate was at 3.2 and phosphate was 0.03. Again, still happy with those results. I'd like my nitrate to be slightly higher. It seems a bit low, but I can do that just by slightly improving the feeding that I'm doing. So I had cut back on that, try to bring the nitrates down, so obviously I need to go back up on that again. So I've also been feeding some of the frozen mysis shrimp with the spirulina and garlic. That's the main kind of thing that I do feed the tank. I also feed the probiotic pellets. I'll just grab these here. These are the pellets that I feed. These are floating pellets, so I feed them sometimes as well. And kind of the main thing that I feed is the first bite copepods. Copepods, sorry. They're suspended, so they actually just float in the water column and the fish love it. The crabs and so on, I'll hoover up what's left in the bottom. So that's my 3 kind of main feeds that I go to. So I'll up them slightly and that'll hopefully bring the nitrates back up a bit. Like I say, I have removed my bio balls down to, I've only got 8 bio balls in the tank now. So I think everything should be fine. Anyway, yet again, I seem to have talked forever, so what we'll do is we'll take a look at the tank now under some blue lights, then we'll look at it under the white lights so you can see the difference, and fingers crossed you see a massive difference. Now we're not quite out of the woods yet, there is still some hair algae there, but nothing compared to before. So I'll let you guys take a look at this video and see what you think, and I'll join you afterwards. Okay, so this is the tank under blues. As you'll see, it does look a lot better than before. You can see I've added in a couple of new additions there from Aquaprint. I've got the magnetic frag holder and the magnetic mushroom basket there. But yeah, if we look at this, it looks a lot better. Now you can see some of the cyano on the rocks that's starting to appear. Not really much I can do with that just now. I'm just going to let it burn out. I'll do my water change and so on. The parameters look okay, so I'm not overly worried about that just now. But yeah, it's what it is. So yeah, thanks to Aquaprint again for the, 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 the basket. They are fantastic. Check you guys out, you'll see them. But yeah, still some algae on the go. Nothing major to be honest, but it is looking a lot better than before. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. A lot of people might get upset about there being cyano there now. I'm not overly worried about that, it's not too bad. One thing I will say is a lot of the polyps of the zoas and so on seem to be slightly smaller than they were before. I don't know if that's because they've been sheltered with the algae for so long. They seem to have kind of closed down a little bit, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, nothing seems to be too badly affected by it, to be honest with you. Everyone seems to be quite happy so far, touch wood, so we'll stick with it, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully any algae that's left, you can see some bits of hair algae that's left, but hopefully that'll disappear pretty quick. I don't expect that to hang about much more than maybe a week or so. Then we should be back to normal again, and then we'll probably just need to battle the cyano that's going to be there. I don't expect it to disappear overnight, you know, nothing good happens in reefing, so I don't think it's, sorry, nothing good happens quickly in reefing. Said that wrong again. But yeah, I don't think it's going to clear up overnight. But anyway, we'll stick with it and see. So let's take a look at it under whites and see how it looks under the white lights. Okay, so here's the tank under whites, as you can see. Still a bit of algae on that back right hand side wall. I haven't cleaned that, I've just left that as it is. And you can still see some running about the sand line and so on. I didn't do a water change last week, so that's why the glass has been cleaned properly in the corners and so on. You don't do that unless I'm doing a water change. So yeah, I think you'll agree it is looking a lot better. Like you say, you can see some of the cyano there, but I don't think it's anything really to worry about. Main thing is for me that the hair algae is gone. There's a couple of little bits that you'll see that's still there. They're predominantly on the bits that were the worst kind of affected. Overall, I'm really happy with the way the Blue Life's worked. I think it's worked really well, to be fair. If you do have any algae, I would recommend getting some of this and trying it. It does work on Bryopsis as well as hair algae, so both of them, if you have either one of them, it'll work on that. But yeah, it seems to be a really good product, to be honest with you. I'm really happy with it, I'm really happy with the results that I've got. I think you'll agree that it looks pretty good, even this bit round the back that we'll have a look at. I'll show you that in a second, but it seems to have cleared up a lot considering what that was like before. There is still some there, obviously, as you can see, but I mean, even this part here has cleared up really well, I think. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that, to be honest with you. Don't see any reasons why not to. You can just see the urchin in the back left there. Let's see if I can get him in shot in a little bit for you. But the urchin is making good progress. There is still some on that bit that you can see right in front of there. That is dying off pretty quick, to be honest. It's been there for a while. It was extremely thick in this area, and as you can see, it's not really anymore. So pretty happy with this for a simple little product to dose in, and it's worked extremely well. As you can see, the crabs back in the tank there, it's actually feasting on the Sarius snail there. It's one of the turbos at the top right, and yeah, that's the Arrowhead Crab up the top there. So everything seems to be doing quite well. Pretty happy with it. You see the peppermint shrimp up the back corner there as well. But the Halloween hermit's just sitting here eating this Sarius snail, so still got its reputation as a killer. Whether that snail was dead already or not, I don't know, but it's sitting eating it anyway. So yeah, I think that really covers it for the white light. I don't really think I need to go into much more than this, but just gives you a full overview of what the tank looks like now. If you want to go back and compare it to my previous videos, you'll see just the difference that this has made. I think it's fantastic. I think the difference it's made is fantastic, and hopefully you guys will agree too. So yeah, anyway, I think I'll probably round this one off here with this clip, and I'll jump back in and talk to you about what's happened. So yeah, that is the tank under whites. Okay, so there we have it. I think you'll agree the tank looks a lot better now. Definitely on the way up, but you know, it's one of those things that the cyano is starting to take hold. Fingers crossed we can get it under control. I'm just going to let it burn itself out, really, water changes and so on, and I think it's just something to do with the fact that, you know, I have came from quite a bad hair algae outbreak, and I've now dropped down to what is a normal level for me again, and I think that the hair algae has just disappeared a bit and let the cyano come in. So like I said, I'm not too clued up on this. This is my first marine tank, so it is relatively new to me. I know a lot of guys have been battling cyano just now. A lot of people have related that it is linked to pollen that's in the air, Whether that's true or not, I've no idea. If you know anything about that, put it in the comments below. I dare say I'll probably open a can of worms with this one, because people will say it's nothing to do with pollen and people say it is to do with pollen. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that we do have some cyan in the tank now as well. So yeah, that's really it for this video. Like I say, a massive thank you to every one of you who have subscribed to the channel. It means more to me than you know. If you do want to help out the channel, that is the #1 way to do it. Don't forget also to leave a like on the video, or for those of you who don't like the videos but still watch them, leave a thumbs down. Either way. And yeah, thank you very much. So if you have any comments, put them in the comments down below. I'll get back to every one of them, always do. If you want to get a hold of me, you can send me a message on Instagram, which is @bearded.reef. And once again, thank you very much for watching. Apologies that I've dragged on the talking for so long. I can't seem to shut up, which is not a great thing, but never mind. Yeah, so thank you very much, guys. Hope you're all staying safe out there. Take care. Bye bye.